Hello, bonjour, buenos dias, namaste, hajime mashite, ni hao, assalamu alaikum. Every out there in the internet, welcome to Chatting with Tekken for December 2020. Um, so yeah, before I continue, it's like I wanted to have my mask on just because of the year it's been, and just like, yeah. So it's kind of like messing up the audio in this episode, but it's whatever. Um, cause I'm looking at it in OBS and it looks, my levels are fine. It's just like, I can like hear the feedback for some reason, which is usually not the case. But yeah. So that's gonna be a thing this episode. So if you're already annoyed, just go ahead and don't bother watching. Um, but yeah, Channel Taken, if you don't know, is basically three main things I talk about. So we've got videos I'm working on for the channel, changes to the stuff on the channel, IRL stuff. Under videos I'm working on, there's subcategories, playthroughs and streams, vlogs, DIY, do-it-yourself stuff, how-tos, and other stuff I might be making for the channel. The other two categories don't have subcategories because they are things that happened or didn't, with anecdotes and asides sprinkled in. Sorry, this is, man. I wanted to do, man, I did one of these before, and I did like a couple seconds in, and it just like sounded bad, and now it's just like, yeah. Cause I'm like also trying to like breathe and like not just like breathe super hard, where it's just like constantly picking up like Darth Vader breath on the mic. So yeah, I'm trying to like talk soft because I'm like so the mic is like just jammed on. It's on my lip literally. So this is gonna be a fun exercise. All right, so videos I'm working on. So top 5 games of 2020. Yeah. Top 5 game. Jeez. Top 5 games of 2020. Going from game to game until I settle on what to play after Cyberpunk, since 2021 is empty as far as release dates for day one games for me. Cause it's like I know Hitman 3 is January, but it's like I'm not. I mean, I did enjoy Hitman 1 and 2 quite a bit, but it's like Hitman 3 isn't to that level of like I want to play it the day it comes out. Then also after Cyberpunk, I'm just very reserved about a lot of things that are new release. It's like, you know, Cyberpunk kind of like ruined it for everybody else, honestly, because the 2018 demo they showed, like that vertical slice, like that was the best demo like I've ever seen from like a game at E3. And so to go from that to like the full version that came out, oh, that was depressing, dude. Like, I mean, it was like playing that part in the game. It's like very close to like what it is in the demo, and then yeah, it's just that game has issues like beyond like having good like whatever. I could do a video on Cyberpunk. I kind of just like wanted to just talk around it this video because I don't want to like just get too bogged down. But the game had so many issues, so I'm kind of just that game had like 7 years of development and it still had like issues. So I'm kind of just like, you know, there's very few games I'm like excited about these days now anyway before they come out to where I'm gonna pre-order it. So that kind of just like messed up that whole, you know, that that whole thing for me of just like a game I'm looking forward to before it comes out, and then getting excited about it, pre-ordering it, and being like, oh, it's gonna be awesome. So we'll see. I guess it's gonna take like a game that I'm like that excited for, and then it actually delivers. So until that actually happens, after the disappointment of Cyberpunk, I probably will just rein in my excitement and expectations. And then like really the only game like that. I mean there's nothing new. So it's like Mass Effect is in the spring, the remaster, and I don't think there's anything that coming out before that I'm like at that level of like excitement. So because there's Returnal, but it's $70, and I'm like, I'm not paying $70 for a game, dude. So it's not happening. I don't know if there's any other Sony first party stuff between now and then, because really that's the only, like, that's all that's left, dude. Is like, Telltale's dead. BioWare's like not BioWare of years past, and then effing CD Projekt Red just like completely exploded on like that. Like it was just like a failure at like so many levels on the Cyberpunk launch. It's yeah. And those like were my three favorite studios, like recently. And it's like, I mean, I guess Platinum's still around, but they don't really make any like, good story stuff. It's mostly like gameplay action. So yeah, that's my current state of like game studios. I like their work, but it's like none of them are really around or working on anything. I mean, CD Projekt Red is obviously working on Cyberpunk. I expect them to redeem themselves with this, but it's just like that was such a bad first impression for like people that had not played The Witcher and stuff. So it's like it shouldn't have been this bad, but here we are. But yeah, I completely got sidetracked on what I was talking about. So, but yeah, like I said, until there's like something that I'm like super excited for coming out this year, I'm not really. I'm just gonna be jumping from game to game. Destiny 2 still every season until I get to like 100. I'll be playing it. Streaming it on Twitch every Tuesday. But I got to 100, so I'm good for this season. So I'm out. Yeah. Or until they bring back the D1 raids. So that's that. I'm over that game too. That's the whole thing. So I'm not gonna get into it either. Okay, so yeah. As far as videos I'm working on, playthroughs and streams. But I guess I don't need to cut in, but like I am back to like reading off my phone. So yay to that. So I got a nice thing here. But yeah. Whenever Cyberpunk is in a stable state where I can play it without crashing, I'll play through it on the channel. So, for those that don't follow me on Twitter, that Cyberpunk crashed 30 times between me starting it and finishing it and the credits rolling. I mean, yeah, I could have like probably finished it sooner without doing a bunch of side stuff, but I did a bunch of side stuff because that's how I play the game. So it was just it's. This is why I want to do like a separate video on Cyberpunk. It's just like in my 30 plus years of gaming, it's like this was the absolute worst of like a game performing, and I still played through it. But then it was also like such a good like I like genuinely enjoyed the game. I like enjoyed like everything, like most of the stuff in it. So I couldn't really stop playing, and I just like I was just pulled in, and I was just like, man, I really like this game. I couldn't stop playing it, and then so I kind of just I was able to power through all the crashes, and there weren't really like that many bugs, that were majorly impacting the game or gameplay. So there was like T-poses, floating objects, traffic messing up, but nothing major. Like all the bugs and glitches were like minor. It was just like the crashing for me specifically, the crashing is like what really ruined my experience with that game. So, oh man, it sucked. But I did I did genuinely enjoy it though. I just would not recommend it like in its current state. It's too unstable, and like it's your mileage may vary. So it's like you don't know if you're gonna have, because I've had friends that have like had like very few issues or not many issues, and this is like one of the, like I said, super rare occasions where it's like I've actually had like just really bad performance on a game that like has issues. Like usually when I play something, I don't encounter bugs or anything when I'm playing through it, or like major, like I see most people complain about on social media. But this time I did. Oh man. Let's see. But yeah, whenever it's stable, I'll for sure play through it because I do enjoy the game, like legit. And every time there's been like a patch, I've been streaming it to see like, can I play it now and have it not crash? The answer is no, by the way. Like we're at like 1.06, and it's still, yeah. See, besides that, top 5 games of the year, we'll actually get this video done on time this year and not late like in 2019 and 2018, because that took me forever to get it took me forever to get the 2018 and 2019 top five game videos done. I just kept putting it off. But this time, I've like in my mind as I was like playing everything this year, I was like, okay, what's this game? This is make the list. This is make the list. So I already know like what my game of the year is too. So that's super easy. All right, and then starting in 2021, I'm gonna have a streaming series on YouTube specifically where I play Gran Turismo Sport online every day to try to win a race, at least until Gran Turismo 7 comes out, because people say Fall Guys is hard to like win a crown, but you don't truly know the struggle until you're playing Gran Turismo Sport, and like you can't or not that you can't qualify. It's easy to qualify. That you can't like podium like in the top 3 or even effing win. That is like the supreme struggle bus, that game. And I've been playing on PS5 and it looks really good, like with all the enhancements from backwards compatibility. So it's like, yeah. Let's see, nothing for vlogs, nothing for how to DIY and other stuff. Changes to the channel, or changes to stuff on the channel. So I had a playlist called One Shot Playthroughs for games I played in one sitting, but I went back and put all those games in separate playlists, since that's how most of my videos are organized on the channel. Because I was going to like initially just have it be like just like one shots of like stuff I played in one sitting, but then I was like, it's with like the way the algorithm is and like the way that like my channel is, it's a lot easier just to like have it listed, and then if like someone like searches something for a game, it'll like be more likely to come up in some random playlist. Have not been I haven't been updating the community post on the channel, and I want to get back to that, as well as finish going through the YouTube Creator Academy and applying all those lessons to the channel to make it better. So that's just like a long-term thing I'll be doing in the background. I just gotta wait for them. Streaming on Twitch, archives go to YouTube. Not going to update this balance. I have a video series I'm brainstorming, but don't know when it's going to get into the production phase. So yeah, I thought I just like when I was doing this video at the top of the segments when it's like videos I'm working on, and I was like, well, most of these are like YouTube or Twitch archives. Archives of Twitch streams I'm putting on YouTube, so it's kind of like weird to have that segment at the beginning. But I was like, well, why is that? Because I'm just, I'm considering just like not, streaming on Twitch and just like going to YouTube. But it's like, I don't know. I don't want to give up on like trying to make it or like become successful on Twitch. So that's why like I keep streaming there. But I mean, I initially had like this being like a longer segment to talk about, but there's no reason to like go over the specifics, so it's whatever. But basically, there's like game night games I play with my friends, so I could just keep playing that on Twitch, and then like other stuff maybe on YouTube because I have more subscribers and viewership. But it's like I honestly don't know how the at least on like the live videos, I don't know how like the monetization and like the all that stuff works on YouTube. So that's why I'm just like keep trying on Twitch. But it does seem like it's very what's the point because it's very like not really, you know, or just like it's been a year and I just feel like I haven't made like any progress. Like I barely like made it. I mean, I have, but it just like hasn't been a lot. So it's just ugh. But yeah, last segment, IRL stuff. I really don't know what to add here because it's been. I mean, I will add one thing. Make sure to say Jumanji Happy New Year to end the game. Someone out there has to end the game, hopefully, and like yeah, it, or at least like tune it down to like a not so crazy time uh, out here in the real world. Yeah, as you can see, I'm still in the basement because that was last month. So, you know, it's yeah, it's I don't know. It's the trajectory the trajectory of my life has been like so disrupted. I'm just like I don't know, dude. Like I'm just like floating or not floating, but I'm on a planet that is basically going around the sun, and it's just like yeah, whatever happens happens. Hopefully we don't get hit by an asteroid or have like you know other catastrophic things happen, but probably because we just spent like the last 4 years not really addressing any climate change issues, so whatever. But yeah, it yeah, I kind of like left the segment blank, so I was like, I don't know what to say or talk about, and it's like it could be worse, so could be worse, right? But then it's like, well, it could be better, but it's like that's the problem with that is like it could be better or worse, and you never really know. So hey, at least I'm not dead, right? the the lowest of low bars. Sorry about that. I just like yeah, I had a lot. Yeah. Anyway, um, so yeah, I hope I didn't sacrifice the quality of this video too much, having a mask and like being like, oh man, yeah, because the vaccines are coming, but it's gonna be a while before they're rolled out all the way. So don't forget to mask it up and stuff. Yeah, 2020, man. What a year. What a effing year. That was Cyberpunk, dude. I can't get over it, man. It was just like yeah, it was just like such a down time at the end, because it was like the next gen consoles are just like out of stock everywhere. You can't find one, which is that's like par for the course for a console launch. Um, and then one of the most anticipated games of a long time comes out, and it's got a lot of issues. So it's interesting on like the one hand, it's like that was like I didn't see that coming, but then on the other hand, it kind of solidifies Rockstar as like they are the OG, still bringing it every time. But then you see like why they only put out a game like every so often, or very rarely, like once every 5 to 10 years, because the quality control. And then like even then, it's like the PC version of GTA comes out years later too. So I think that's like another thing to look at is like as far as CD Projekt Red is like they cut their teeth on PC game development, and then they would like usually port their stuff from PC to console. So I think that's what they should have did as well this time. But I'm getting into the whole thing I said I wouldn't do, so I'm not gonna sit here and talk about Cyberpunk and like the whole management and shareholders and development hell and all that stuff. So what a mess. What a mess. Yes, that's the sentence I'll leave us with this year. At the very end, what a effing mess. So yeah. But I'm just glad like next time I do this video, it's like at least a couple things will have changed for the better. Specifically Biden being president. So at least there's that. So yay. That's like one thing that's like oh man. Yeah. Yeah, it's like that, whatever. I'm not gonna get into it. Not gonna get into it. I'm just gonna end the video here. Sorry about the audio of like, trying to like do this whole thing. And I think it just like effed it all up, but whatever. So, but then honestly, I'm like hearing myself on the feedback and like it sounds a bit clearer than like usual. So, cause it's like all up in my mouth. I'm trying like to like not be super or just like, yeah, not breathe all over the mic and like have just like all the feedback. But I mean, in between breathing, because it's kind of hard to like do this. So, since I don't have like a fancy Blue Yeti mic with like a filter, so But yeah, that's it for this video. So feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Happy holidays, happy New Year, everybody, and until you until you see or hear from me again, thanks for watching, and I'm now signing off.